Good morning, everyone. Before we get into this morning's update, we have a lot to discuss on what's going to transpire in the inner workings of this update. First, we can see XRP is pretty flat this morning, up about 0.5%. Exactly what you want to see, though. After a break back to 58.1 cents, after a huge breakout of over 30%, XRP back tested the 58.1 cent 2018 resistance at support absolutely beautifully. Now we're working our way up slowly but surely, tapping on each of these resistance areas, back testing them as we come across. And now our next major area is 61.1 cents to get on top of in time. And then we'll have 64.4 cents, which is the cup and handle resistance. Right now, that rising channel resistance is right there at about 61.1 cents. So a rejection there is actually very devastating. But we've back tested, so it's not unusual that we're in this range now, because if you were in the live last night, one of the three, I did 3 different lives, so you're probably sick of seeing me by now. If you're watching the charts from a technical perspective, coming down to that 58.1 cents was everything last night. The fact that we came down there and back tested so perfectly in the higher time frames, and you can see it very nicely in the 2-hourly, how we came back down. Here, let me get rid of this so you can see it a little bit easier. That's just a technical move. But see the 2-hourly, how it came down perfectly. It back tested that 58.1 or 58 cents. Now in current times, we very well might find ourselves back here for a second time. And in current times, that would get us to 57.7. As long as we don't lose that area, that's a nice bull flag that's setting up. And that could very much push us out of this area for a massive move. Now, as we know, sometimes it doesn't hold. So if it doesn't hold, before we get into the intro and things like that in the further news, if 57.7 cents for whatever reason doesn't hold and the volume isn't sustainable, because the volume is dropping unequivocally, it's coming down a lot since it first the news was announced. If we lose 57.7, don't jump out a window, because a further correction could be possible, but we'll know if it comes below 57.7. Then we have the support at 53.6. So just pay attention to that so ever closely here. And then before we get into the intro and the further news, 61.1 cents is that rising channel resistance. Just above that at 64 cents is the cup and handle resistance. 2 very important areas to take out. We need to take those levels out and start using those as support now. Bitcoin's up 4.2% today, so we'll definitely take a look at Bitcoin as it approaches that 58,000 level. This is our pivot area we talked about. It was either we were going to use that as an inverted right shoulder on the way down, or we could use it as a back test resistance on the way back up. And right now, I mean, I don't want to say we hit that perfectly, but we hit that 58,400 on the nuts. So we hit 58,400, and so far we reversed 1,400 points since we hit there overnight. So that's going to be a big area of concern, because that was the speculation that even if we were bearish, we'd come up there and use that as resistance instead of an inverted right arm. We actually use it as a right shoulder and then pull back down. So that's speculation, but we'll see if the market can overrun this. And then last but not least, we have to go through 2 very important pieces of reading. And you'll see this in my headline title when I release this update. XRP skyrockets 566% in volume amid huge Ripple win. That volume hasn't been sustained in the last couple hours, though, so that's interesting. And then XRP breaks major milestone in Millionaire addresses. So it breaks major 4 billion milestone in Millionaire addresses. So that means Millionaire addresses that hold 1 million or more XRP account for over $4 billion in equity in the holdings of XRP. So very, very impressive. Make sure to hit that like button so YouTube recommends this update. You hit that like button, YouTube recommends this. I become part of the analytics and recommendations. And all that means is when you go onto YouTube, you're scrolling through your beautiful YouTube newsfeed, my content pops up, even if you've never seen me before, and you can make an informed decision whether or not my content may hit home for you on this beautiful morning. So make sure to hit that like button. I will catch you on the other side of the intro. And thank you, Steven, for creating me this just over 3 years ago in July of 2021. Good morning, 10:13 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Thursday, August 8th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So I want to welcome everybody in, and welcome to the new members and the old members that have found their way back to the community. Each one of both groups are so very important and integral to me. The first group allows me to maintain the identity and help me put forth the identity of positivity over negativity, being helpful, not hurtful, understanding that we're winners here and not victims, so we have to act appropriately. We get all the evidence from a news and charting perspective to make an educated and informed decision while being helpful in this community and not hurtful. You will always see the dark, and it's always extinguished by the light, and you always need the light to shine down on the dark. Wherever you find dark, if there's love, if there's light, it always shines through the darkness and puts it out. So we embrace this from a position of love. If you're looking for XRP, look in the video description below and our pinned comments if you would like to trade, or other crypto pairings as well. If you want the lowest spot and leverage trading fees, you've got HOTCOIN and or BITUNIX. They both are excellent choices in the USA or around the world. And you don't even need to use a VPN on either, or a KYC unless you send or receive from a bank account. So take advantage of that now and get your exchanges set right. If you're getting charged an arm and a leg with fees, make sure you take a second look and take a look at the two exchanges I've just talked about. So XRP this morning, we touched base on the fact that right now we are above the 50, and in current times it's about 57.7, I believe it was. Little slow on TradingView. As some of you know, they really messed TradingView up here in the last couple updates. They put too much stock in the fact that they want to put paid advertisements on every pages, but it's made the user experience very slow, unfortunately. Very slow at times. As you can see, my charts aren't loading up on the spot. I mean, they're loading up, but you're not being able to see my the inner workings of my charts, which are interesting at the very least. I don't know what's going on. It's not loading anything up right now. This is crazy. Look, it's not loading up any of the technicals, the charts that I have laid out. The actual inner working, the writing on the charts, which is interesting. Maybe it'll come back now that I reset it. Sometimes you got to reset. There we go. But if you're having issues with TradingView, it's having a lot of problems since their update. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. It's a nightmare, honestly. It's a nightmare. So now that TradingView, I actually had to withdraw. I had to uninstall it and reinstall it to get my charts to come back up because it wasn't putting my lines on there, which is pretty incredible. But anyhow, no harm, no foul. So right now what we're looking at is 57.7 cents. 57.7 cents is the downtrending resistance since 2018. So this has been over a 6.5 year resistance. And right now we're trying to attempt to flip this to support instead of resistance. Every time we've come up there in the last 6.5 years, that line's always been a heavy resistance. It's good to see we pushed back so quickly. Obviously we had a little bit of help from the news that Ripple, at least on the onset, looks to have beaten the SEC. They have to pay a $125 million fine, but they can't be charged as a security going forward for any past or future inferences now. So they basically got a get out of jail free card going forward. So there is a 30-day or 60-day appeal process. It's very speculative. Some are saying 30, some are saying 60, that the SEC will have a chance to appeal. So we'll just have to watch that as that information comes in. So let's read some of this news though. So XRP skyrockets 566% in volume amid huge Ripple win. So XRP experiencing intense trading activity as bullish sentiment prevails. The XRP price rally is not slowing down as it continues to generate more momentum. Moreover, the trading activity is also surging as investors are jumping on the XRP bandwagon. As this bullish momentum has emerged amid Ripple's huge win in the SEC case, it is likely that more gains are in the cards. The value of XRP as of writing this article has surged 19.55% to 61.7 cents. Seeing the sustained momentum, it is expected that the coin is eyeing the 70 cent price level, and the actual bull flag brings us up near 71, 72 cents if it plays bullish. While many think it is a long shot, XRP has already defied all the odds. So it will not come as a surprise if the coin achieves this momentous price level. XRP price gets good boost for traders. Moreover, XRP is getting strong support from traders during this time. As per data from CoinGlass, the trading volume of the coin has surged 566.18% in the last 24 hours. It is currently standing at a whopping 13.54 billion level. But this is not it. The Ripple associated coin has also soared 49.17% in its open interest during this time, which is crazy high. Currently at the 718.52 million level, this rising open interest suggests that traders are increasing their positions on XRP. While it can also lead to increased volatility, the support from traders indicates that more price gains are coming from here. The XRP price is already up 41.6% in the last 30 days, and these gains came at a time when the broader market crashed. This means that XRP is in a strong bull run, which I highly disagree, and it can manage a more sustained rally. This is nothing more than a bear market melee until we see otherwise. Another bullish development for the coin is Ripple's latest victory in the regulatory scenario. You Today has previously reported about this huge update, which is likely to inject more bullish momentum in the market. Overall, XRP is getting support from everywhere. The broader market sentiment is positive. So we've read that article, and now I'd like to read this because this leads to more addresses and spikes in Millionaire addresses. So XRP breaks major 4 billion milestone in Millionaire addresses. And please make sure to hit that like button so YouTube does recommend this update. And if you appreciate my work, make sure to hit that subscribe button and now join after the 86 new subscribers yesterday. We're over 22,520 today. I love seeing that. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and share this on social media. Or if you appreciate my work and you're asking yourself how to send a donation, you can always send a YouTube super chat, which is located in the chat area where you type the chat. Just hit that $sign. Or you can or you can join Tom's Army and get the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens. I greatly appreciate everybody paying it forward and everybody who hit that like and share button and all the subscribers. So jaw-dropping 7 billion XRP make new all-time high for popular cryptocurrency. The performance of XRP has reached a new milestone with its market capitalization surging by 23% in the last 24 hours. This impressive increase has been driven by groundbreaking news as the final ruling in the SEC versus Ripple legal battle was delivered. However, on-chain platform Sentiment reports that there are more reasons behind the price surge. In particular, there is significant accumulation among high net worth holders, or whales and sharks. Thus, recent data reveals that wallets containing between 1 million and 10 million XRP now hold a record 7.06 billion coins, valued at approximately 4.42 billion. So XRP's price skyrockets back to pre-crash July levels as whales and sharks accumulate to new all-time highs. XRP Ledger XRP 1 to 10 million wallet social dominance, and you can see exactly what's happening here. The surge in accumulation and noteworthy reflects a 10.4% increase of 662.4 million XRP acquired this August alone. This accumulation trend has pushed XRP social media discussions to their highest level since January, indicating growing public interest in market sentiment. Sell wall or stonewall. It is interesting to see how things will change within these wallets after the news of the SEC versus Ripple ruling broke. It may seem that all of this accumulation was built specifically on anticipation of a resolution in the case that has been dragging on for the last 4 years. Now the burden of legal troubles is gone for XRP and Ripple, although the appeal may still be filed, and it will be other narratives that will influence the price action of the popular cryptocurrency. The 7.06 billion XRP is an enormous amount, representing 12.5% of the circulating supply of the token. According to data from CoinMarketCap, once released on a market, it can cause irreparable damage to the price of XRP. On the other hand, the concentration of so many tokens in whales wallets provides a kind of support for XRP. Thus, such an ambivalent situation arises. Could not agree more. And now, while we're on the internet, the browser, let's go to the Fear and Greed Index for cryptocurrency. So, right now on the Fear and Greed Index, we're in extreme fear at 20. Yesterday we were in fear at 29. Last week we were neutral at 52. And then last month we were at fear at 27, and we went as high as 64. So we were in greed. Now we're into extreme fear. So that is typically, when you see extreme fear, we will typically see more buying opportunities. So as we came up here to 65 in the greed, we came up to 74, which is getting up more extreme greed on July 20th. And now we went from 74 to 20. We went as low as 17 on August 6th. But we're basically at the floor right now. So it's always important to see where the greed and fear index is in cryptocurrency, because I believe it is a valuable tool to tell you whether or not more interest is going to come from the typical traders that watch that kind of indicator. And a lot more people might buy when it's in extreme fear, because there's been some kind of market downturn. When there's greed or extreme greed, it typically points to the fact that the market is pushing up. So more people end up buying on the rally. So with Bitcoin, right at about that 58,000 level, we're looking to get over and hold. Because we don't want this to be a rejection if we want to keep moving. 58,362 we need to get on top of and conquer. We don't want to be vanquished. We want to vanquish this level in a further attempt to try to push 69K. But that remains to be seen. As the initial attempt, we went up to 58,400 roughly. Came back down, but now we're starting to push back up. XRP, we're looking to get over the rising channel resistance. Before I leave, I just want to break this down real quick. We need to get over that 61.1 cents. That is the rising channel resistance. And then over that is 64.07 cents, which is the cup and handle resistance. Both of those need to be vanquished before we can move up higher. And they need to be held. We can't just break them and keep coming back down. We've got to hold them at some point. And we can see the overall setup of this pattern. We're in a cup and handle, but there's also a falling channel and rising channel within the same formation. We're trying to push back into the rising channel at 61.1, but it's been beating us down a little bit. But we're right on the verge of pushing back over there right now. So pay attention to this in this update. And then obviously this is the important level right now. As long as the floor stays at 57.7 in good shape, that's the 2018 resistance. As long as that is acting as a layer of support, we are in absolute beautiful shape here. And I can't stress that enough. As long as that 57.7 cents is holding, we're in great shape. If it falls immediately and we get rejected, our first support's 53.6 cents. If that breaks, well, we go back down near the 43 cent level likely, maybe even further. But as of right now, we could use this as a bull flag if 57.7 holds. And it should, our technical target should surge us if we do break bullish and we hold true here and we don't break down and invalidate this bull flag. The technical target is up at 71.7 cents roughly. So there is a lot of opportunity for appreciation. But if we fail to bring in any buying volume and some sell pressure comes in because some want to take profits or whatever the case may be, you know, then you have to look at that bearish setup as well. We've had a massive surge of over 500% in trading volume in the last 24 hours. So that definitely is playing into the big rise. We've gone up over 30% since prior to the news announced, or at least close to 28% now that we're at about 61. So it's been a nothing short of spectacular that's happened in the last several hours, well, in the last 24 hours. But now comes, I think, more of the pain. A lot of people expected it to be to $1 after. So emotionally, I'm not talking about price pain necessarily. I'm talking about from an emotional standpoint. Now that XRP reconsolidated, we're only at 61 cents here, almost, 18 hours after the news was announced. I think there's a lot of people that expected to wake up this morning seeing XRP at $1, seeing it at least at 75, 80 cents. But as I stated yesterday, you must go back before we go forward if it's a legitimate move. And that's exactly what we did. We went 64, and then we went all the way back down to that 58 cent area to retest the 2018 resistance as support. And now we need to do it universally. Next level to break is 61.1 cents. Get on top of that and hold. Then you break 64.4 cents, which is the cup and handle resistance. And then you've got short areas over the top. You got about 66, 71.7, and 84 at the top of the rising channel resistance. So this could get hot, and this could be hot quickly unless it gets extinguished, or we extinguish the fire by falling below 57.7 cents. Have a beautiful morning, everybody, and hit hashtag be better do better in the comments before you leave, especially if you made it till the end.